It has been a long
Some
time.
has gone. It's now, I think, night. I think this is, well, it's what happens. It's how it feels, I feel.
But it is still fantastic to see the live audience here in front of us. This event has grown year on year. So it's great to see everyone here watching, spectating, cheering it on. Again, everyone at the live stream, they've been participating. And it's been a fantastic event all around. Waiting to start the final round of 8.
Immediately taking his top of Revron. I love the googly eyes on the top. There's a bit of something has already come on.
And Abracadabra there, very close to going into the Uta zone. The spinner's firing up and lifting it into the air. Your first, the robot you mentioned, the robot difficult to pronounce, Abracadabra.
Yeah, they're not making it easy for us off the start. We also have Fireball, is the yellow wedge spot there, coming up on the side of Abracadabra. The pit is now available if someone pushes the pit, but Revron has been flipped over by Abracadabra. Is that Revron going to be counted out? This is going to be a battle of the flippers now between Abracadabra and Fireball.
And the referee has started the count on the count house, so now it has turned into a flipper battle.
I love a flipper battle. This could be considered an upset, because that spinner of Revron was looking to do some big damage earlier on.
And a big flip there. I can't quite see Abracadabra because
Abracadabra is stuck on the arena wall. We do have two screens. We can look on the screen here. I think Abracadabra is stuck. I think Fireball's going to take this.
2, 1, the end of the fight.
That is fantastic performance from Fireball. Sweet. Bit of a threatening spin up from the exit there before the use.
And a very slow start to the battle.
As Digestive spins up, comes away into the near corner.
And head for the exit, taking him to the exit.
Absolutely. Oh! You say that, I think it was head for the exit, just hit the ceiling, courtesy of Digestive spinner. Something has come off. Blast Furnace.
So head for the exit is stuck, and the countdown, I think, is started for both of them.
Digestive may have taken this in double quick time here. I don't think head for the exit can reverse.
Is Digestive going to let them free?
I don't know. No, that's counted out. That's game over.
That was such an explosive end to the fight.
All the way from Ireland. In the blue corner, we've got New York Slice all the way from not New York. And over by the pit is the spinner of Bonkers with its lovely orange decor on the front. The two spinners seem to be interlocked initially in the far corner.
And now starts the bouncing phase. New York Slice, that spinner is out of control.
Babrock's been inverted by the spinner of Bunkers, and now
control.
Babrock's been inverted by the spinner. Now pushed up against the wall. This is now it's managed to free itself. What is New York Slice doing here?
So Babrock is stuck on the side there and is now back to the spinners once again up into the air all over. Is he close to the outer zone?
New York
is now back to the spinners once again up into the air all over.
Slice looks to be cooked here.
And like a piece of bread, Babrock landed right on his base again, up in the air, straight back down.
Yeah, he needs to butter the top of it. It's not worked when it's that. Slice looks to be it's done more damage to the arena than to anything else.
And up into the air.
Bonkers dominating this fight here so far than to anything else.
And up into the air.
Got all the meaningful hits. New York Slice looks to be out of there. And Babrock also by the pit is beached up against the arena wall, doesn't look to be moving.
That is the worst thing for a flipper when your flipper is no longer useful. And the end of the fight. Great. The fight's about to start, so we're actually going to have to jump out.
Yeah, the blue corner is Lancer Frog going up against Bloodshot is the robot with the big wheels on the side. Titan is the X-wheel spinner, which doesn't appear to be
Titan
moving.
instantly looks immobilized. They spun up and then they're absolutely inside.
There's that terrifying spinner underneath the base of Bloodshot, doing a lot of damage to the top of Lancer Frog, but Lancer Frog, famously one of the most durable robots on the scene at the moment. It takes a lot to take that robot down.
But there's just no sliding damage here, and well, everyone's very close in the news to himself, wondering why they're staying over there. I think that works in Lancer Frog's favour.
I think, yeah, the pit's been released now. Can Lancer Frog get Bloodshot into it? Bloodshot's weapon is still spinning, and this is a threat, but those wheels don't look to have as much control.
So watch out as we get close to the pit.
So Lancer Frog takes the win up against two axes.
2, 1, begin.
But straight in there, it seems to have just hit the wall and gone careening around the arena. Goodness, that thing's powerful. Right in there. But how easy is it to control?
I was going to say, I don't think we've seen a robot so hard to control so instantly before in this fight. Mother Loda having issues there with one of their tracks have come out.
I think we've maybe got hit by paradigm spin while it was heading around the arena. There's bits of something. It looks like a bolt or something. Bob trying to get paradigm spin out of the arena.
I was going to say, the Beetles will undergo a Bob and bring in driving control there. Getting closer and closer to the Loda zone, but not quite. Bob now giving Mother Loda a bit of challenge. Bring in driving control there. Getting close.
Paradigm spin seems to be in this kind of unfortunate limbo. It's out of it now. It was spinning on its top and could not get back in. Seems to be in this kind of interesting. The glow has gone from Bob. That might be the end of it. So we may be down to just Mother Loda and Paradigm Spin.
So both of these robots with mobility issues. Mother Loda with a track that's come loose, and well, Paradigm Spin.
Whenever it hits anything, it just loses all control.
It's just a general, absolutely chaotic force, more like a tornado in that arena.
Yeah, this could be one of these where one hit could decide it. Something else has come off of Mother Loda. I think it was from the track that was already damaged.
And you can see Paradigm Spin letting the weapon spin up before going in for a damaging hit. But that shield of Mother Loda is really protecting it.
Yeah, the wedge really successful at preventing that damage initially, but while Mother Loda is difficult to move, keeping that wedge pointing at Paradigm Spin will get increasingly difficult.
And I'm loving this, Mother Loda not giving up, getting the axe down, giving Paradigm Spin a little bit of a tap, a little bit of a hit.
Because if this fight does go to the full 2 minutes, then Mother Loda is going to want to be showing the control, the aggression that the judges are looking for, and the use of that weapon.
And we've got 10 seconds left of this fight. The judges might come into it. Paradigm Shift looking for a little bit more of a hit there as Mother Loda's desperately spinning.
And that's it, our first fight to go the distance. Alright, so in the red corner, there is Mr. Pointy with the giant gimp in the eyes. Nobody's really doing anything here. The spinners are spinning up. We've got Bad Daddy. And Delta V is one with the green wheels.
And Delta V taking the brunt of the damage there. They were sizing each other up, waiting to see what level of impact they were going to have. And now Black over to do the job.
But Delta V has ended up around here. Bad Daddy is upside down. Mr. Pointy around here. Bad Daddy this seems a little bit knife to a gunfight here, but he's hanging on in there as the spinners deal with one another. Could this be decisive for the spinners? Maybe don't see Mr. Pointy as a threat.
And Delta V there had his back up against the outer zone. That's always a scary place to be as a roboteer. Mr. Pointy still moving around.
Yeah, and flailing about. Delta V has Bad Daddy pinned in the corner. That spinner is doing some frightening damage here, but there is still the spinner working on Bad Daddy. While that spinner is up, it's still dangerous.
You can see Delta V now only on one ball, and Bad Daddy upside down, so lovely sparks flying off there.
Spinner on spinner contact. Mr. Pointy is, it's hanging on in there. It looks a bit like a fish out of water, but it's still alive. That's the crucial part.
I mean, the thing with these spinners, it is one damage, but now it's Bad Daddy with his back against the wall. I think that hits has been hit.
Mr. Pointy, be careful where he's flailing. Bad Daddy still inverted. Delta V is backing away. I think they might have this.
And we can see the controls
has now been counted out by the refs. The flailing.
And there we can hear the arena floor getting slightly grinded by the weapons as a countdown begins. That is the end.
Bad Daddy is out there. Delta V everywhere. Very delightful.
Nice and easy for us to pick out who it is. Nice and easy to pick out the damage and the carnage at the end.
Yes, definitely. We know who belongs to what. What belongs to who?
2, 1.
Come on, watch. Begin.
Alright, so that's a very quick spin up there from Gizmo. Gizmo's got to be careful too close to that spinner.
And both robots there going straight into Gizmo, so I don't know if that was a targeted plan, but it looks coordinated from here.
I mean, if I was a robot, it would have spin up and go for it before it hits one too. So maybe they just both have the same good idea.
So Gizmo here is back against the outer zone. Always a dangerous place to be, but they are the spinner. That sounds like the spinner has stopped whirling, so it's come out of action.
This could very, very quickly turn the fight on its head if Gizmo spinner starts.
He's on a stack up of robots.
It's like Buckaroo over there. Oh no, the spinner seems to be coming back to life. Maybe it was a conscious decision to turn it on. It's a bit dropping.
Impulse from Stronghold, taking it.
Stronghold versus the spinner of Gizmo. Gizmo's not out of the woods yet.
Come on, Josh, come on!
Does it have the driving power to push it?
Come on, Josh!
Pushing against each other head to head.
I can see a drivetrain of some description hanging up on Gizmo.
Oh, I see!
The maneuverability advantage here.
But I think Gizmo there, trying to lower it to the side, and then they have that pivot. I think they're looking to swirl around, and then now...
Oh, no!
Stronghold into the corner, but Stronghold stuck. Is it still here in the wall? Is Gizmo going to take this?
Yeah, I think
Come on, Josh,
Gizmo has
come
just
on.
enough forward drive that Stronghold can't quite push it into the pit if they're going head to head, but trying to get around the side.
They need a targeted pivot, because Stronghold definitely has the stronghold on this match. Gizmo needs to get it done.
Yes, come on!
Very close to the pit. But that can tell you for control points with the judges, I believe, if you drive well near the pit, in and around it.
And we can hear the spinner, it is still engaged. They're trying to get underneath Stronghold to do some damage.
But that wedge on the front of Stronghold currently holding firm. This is a good driving performance, but if that's been
To the arena
where we've got Ray over by the pit button. We've got Gold Dust in the blue corner and another robot.
And a wonderful dodge by Gold Dust there as they got targeted in the blue corner but just avoided it. A drum spinner.
How much damage is that going to be able to do?
The second one quite a bit of robot up into the air.
Because it's maintenance is the white robot that I described as another robot. Ray has been inverted here. It doesn't look like they can self-right, but they can run upside down.
But that drum of Gold Dust there, not really able to do much on the other side. It's such a flat surface.
Yeah, but because it makes it struggling having this flip over though.
But that metal shield of the flipper going up against the drum of Gold Dust, there's a lot of damage there. Sparks could be flying.
Yeah, there's a lot of dust and various flotsam around the arena. I think Gold Dust might think they have this here. Ray manages to pull away though. But Shane Ray's been inverted because it's got a lovely fox design on it.
It's very pretty, but Gold Dust has to be careful that they don't bring back robots into this fight. As they're slowly doing now, getting on the other side, wearing away the wheels.
Yeah, because I believe if you're being counted down and another robot comes into like good action, then the countdown has to restart. You're doing part of the fight.
And we're slowly getting closer to the pit.
Gold Dust is looking to push right into it. Can Ray get out of there? The maneuverability does seem to be quite compromised by the inverter.
And there's that metal on metal contact we were talking about, flying across. And there's that metal on the arena. A lot of rubber on the floor, I see a lot.
Yeah, that's going to make driving a nightmare. And when you're already upside down and when the arena's covered in bits of robot, Gold Dust doesn't seem to be driving too smoothly though. Maybe something's got trapped inside the wheels.
But they are struggling. You see that their drum spinner is up to speed and that's really vibrating the robot. I think they're vibrating across the arena floor rather than driving.
Well, if it works, it works. And at the minute, as long as that spinner is going, they are of course reckoning with.
Oh, but Gold Dust getting into the internals there of the robot. That's going to do a lot of damage.
Because it makes us done really well to hang in there, considering he's just been upside down the entire time.
3, 2, 1.
There we go, Stratus spinning up and careening over the arena. It's dangerous to go near that spinner, but Sniper's managed to get underneath it and have a bit of a go at those wheels. Something's caught on something. Is that a drive of some description? I don't know. Like, Stratus is just so floppy, I can't really tell what's robot and what's not important.
Because Stratus's wheels are so flimsy, they shred so easily, and that's what got tangled up there. But a big hit, flying into the middle wall. They look immobilized.
Yeah, Autonomous doesn't look like it's going to be doing much more. It's being counted down as Stratus and Sniper continue. Sniper's weapon is doing a number on Stratus's wheels, which that seems to be the play at this point. Although the wheels, yeah, it looks very pretty when they get smashed up, but is it actually going to compromise the maneuverability of Stratus?
Well, there's a rubber rim, what looks like a rubber rim around the outside of those wheels. So if you start to get that away, it's just going to be a penny spinning on the metal. It's not going to be able to go anywhere. Now look at the damage and carnage in the arena.
This is definitely more effective weapon use from Sniper so far. Stratus, and maybe it is just too high up to affect Sniper.
Well, I think Sniper is actually just fantastically targeting the wheels so Stratus cannot get over. I mean, you can see that they are roughly the right size to fit underneath Stratus, but not with the way that Stratus is controlling the fight.
Is that a feature, do you reckon, that people build robots specifically to be short enough to avoid Stratus' spinner? Has it developed that much of a reputation
I mean,
yet?
it is a smart thing to do, but look at the damage. Look at this. 30 seconds left of the fight. How much more can happen to Stratus' wheels?
But it's crucially, because those wheels are so big, the important bits of the robot that actually drive it, they're still perfectly right, fine and dandy.
And one thing might be happening here is as Stratus' wheels are getting slowly trimmed, Stratus is getting lower in height, and that's bringing them into attack.
Yeah, that is actually a very good point. The pit there's a bit of Stratus in the pit, but not the bit that matters. And there we go. I think was that the end of the fight? That wasn't the end of the fight. This is an intriguing fight. A big spinner on the front of Home Improvements. That is a delightful lifter. Deluxe, but it's already lost a wheel. That's going to help her later on.
But they still do have crew in their wagons, so not completely out of this fight. They have the opportunity to do so gradually get in. Look at traveling around the arena.
Controlled very well by Luchador there, but all it takes is one hit, as we've seen with the spinners so far in the competition. Oh, yeah! Another big hit on his name.
I think it's Luchador.
That is Luchador. Luchador was avoiding it. It was Brooke Deluxe, I think, that took that hit then.
I was going to say, so Brooke Deluxe looks to be a little bit out of this fight.
It's lost both of its back wheels.
Very immobilized. And now Home Improvement and Luchador. Luchador trying to dart around and really avoid Home Improvement. That spinner is up to full speed now.
It's very quick across the floor as Luchador, but it seems to be stopped in its tracks briefly there. Has a hit from Home Improvement's had a telling impact.
And a little bit of sparks flying around. I like to see they're still in this.
Like it's Home Improvement's getting the back of Luchador straight into the ceiling. Oh, this is getting messy, but Luchador is still kicking, as it's just like it's getting the back of Luchador straight into the ceiling. Oh, this is namesake Wood, just never giving up.
I mean, Luchador looks to be a little bit stuck here on Brock Deluxe. I mean, now they're just hiding from each other, waiting in the corner.
Seems to think it's done enough. Something's been counted out in the corner. The pit is available.
And Luchador slightly getting stuck on the pit there, so that actually lowering
Luchador is stuck on the pit, but is he going to get pushed in by Home Improvements? Brooke Deluxe looks to be stuck on the edge of the pit as well.
This is dangerous. This is where an upset can happen. Brooke Deluxe and Luchador both
Being counted out because they are immobile. Admittedly, that is to avoid going on the pit.
And there's 5 seconds left of the fight.
I think Home Improvements is going to take this.
Again.
And away we go, the spinner's spinning up. Oh, and immediately, Zeitgeist getting in underneath. We'll be right, but then Accessories Rex getting underneath Zeitgeist. Uh-oh, Zeitgeist stuck on one of his forks.
I was going to say, it's folding underneath itself, and that's going to be really awkward for them to control. Really big boy staying out of it for the beginning, but now starting to do some damage on Rex.
Yeah, but Accessories Rex taking it like a champ, bringing that axe in itself. We haven't seen the axe, I don't think, too much, but getting underneath Zeitgeist. That's the thing that Accessories Rex is going to have to do.
And really big boy coming down on top of Accessories Rex. They've disengaged their defensive plastics, and now the internals are exposed.
This could get messy. The pit is open. Is that Accessories Rex immobilized? Somebody was being counted down, or counted up maybe, they were being pinned. Accessories Rex doesn't look to be moving too much. This might be spinner on spinner now. Something's just come off of Zeitgeist, a big hit from Wheelie Big Lad.
And Accessories Rex has put the controller down, so they're definitely out. It's a 2-robot fight now. And look at the carnage!
Straight underneath Wheelie Big Lad there, and that may have taken Zeitgeist out of this. Wheelie Big Lad. Woo! Took any damage in that fight.
And the fight has begun, but no one has moved.
So that walker, it's moving but slowly.
Slow and steady wins the race, but while there, interestingly, they got caught on the arena, on the pit floor. So, if they get stuck there, they will be in trouble.
Practically into the back of his rotator. Who needs to be stuck is that wedge stuck on the arena floor. Battery Shine Included is it's almost out of its corner. This is Incredible speed. Mario coming in on the wedge.
And amazingly, Wild there not being the one that's gone off. Battery not included, was thrown into the wall.
Evo's recovered. Some sparks fly as the spinners collide.
But they're very much seesawing their way around the arena, so it does look like the drive is stuck on one side. And now we are seeing them stuck on the pit area. Battery's not landing across the arena.
It's going to be lots of other parts not included if it's not too careful. And one pit's about to go down. I think Eva's going to go with it. There goes Eva. Battery's not included. Now what is Wire doing here? Battery's not included. It's tapped out.
So the fight has started, and in this fight we have Icebreaker and Propane.
Yes, so Icebreaker is the blue one with the big spinner, Propane with the egg beater on the front, the white and green one, and Seaboy, teeny tiny wedge on the green one, and Seaboy, big bouncing around from the spinners at first. Sadboy perhaps wisely steering clear of the two big weapons, let them take the lumps out of each other first.
And so close to do so, we haven't seen that coming to play yet today, but all it takes is one fly up into the air and you could be out.
Yeah, Sadboy, I can't tell if this is tentativeness or if they are struggling with the drive a bit, we shall see. I mean, those two spinners are more than happy to go knock lumps out of each other.
And you mentioned Sadboy, you probably should have stayed quiet because that reminded you of the robots that this fight damage was done.
Icebreaker bouncing over towards Sadboy, but it is very much Propane and Icebreaker.
So I kept mentioning it, it finally came to pass.
It did.
So the fight has begun, and the lights are on for Resistance, and they chase down their
Yeah, so a bit slow across the ground, but that, oh my goodness, does it articulate? Does it?
And coming your ears, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, that is going to be a noisy weapon, and Resistance now showing our woman into the corner.
But then in comes Yam behind him. I don't think it actually managed to hit the robot in the process there. Look, wedge pushing Yam into the wall. That's how you deal with a spinner. Not the weapon itself, exert its own energy on itself, push it into the wall, and Resistance is absolutely devastating now.
And Agro Woman putting Yam right up the wall. Just getting over.
Oh my God, so close.
Resistance they went away, now pick up inside. Oh, and it's so slow, it's basketball. Just bouncing in now. So Yam's still there, but in a very precarious position. They don't have the control to get out of that corner. And Resistance and Agro Woman now going head to head.
Yeah, this is now a case of who's got the better drive, who's got the better driver, you never know.
And the problem for Resistance is that Agro Woman has the axe, so it's constantly getting improvement points there from the judges.
That is a very good point. That's the thing that Resistance has to overcome with its control, its aggression. But Agro invading the pit there.
Both of them teetering on the edge.
Perhaps wisely steering clear of the control robots.
Agro Robot and Resistance, the only two fast robots left.
Yam. Agro robots in the pit.
Will be in the pit, I'm so sorry, but Yam desperately trying to knock the wall.
Taking a chunk off of Resistance. That looks like a wheel, actually.
It's a wheel or some kind of drive system, so that's going to really limit Resistance and Yam getting some damage in.
I think the fact that Yam's spinner is kind of projected forward, almost like a proboscis, it can fit in between the forks of Resistance.
And there's 5 seconds left, let's count it down. 3, 2, 1, the end!
Wow. Bonkers. And away they go. Spinning up, but Needle Slice is kind of caught. On top of the spinner of Stratus. That's the last place you want to be. Is Stratus going to come in for the kill now, or is it going to let New York Slice do damage to itself? Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
I very much do.
And New York Slice is now stuck inside there, and I don't actually think Stratus can get close enough because of the whip.
It doesn't matter. New York Slice is being counted out because it is fully beached. And that is it, Stratus. So, no spinners on play. This is going to be all about driving, all about control and aggression. Mr. Pointy with its delightful googly eyes, and they might be a target for the axe of Mother Loader here, you think?
And I think Mr. Pointy is really going to struggle to get underneath Mother Loader. Mother Loader with the axe hitting down. So there are some weapons in play, but mostly a control fight is what we're about to see.
And looking at it, Mr. Pointy is very, very quick along the ground. He didn't really get a chance to be in his last fight because he just got flipped over almost immediately.
And equally, Mother Loader lost one of their tracks partway into the fight, so hopefully they'll be able to maintain that drive system and keep their control.
Oh no, a wheel's fallen off! Has that been actually axed off? So there comes the pin. Going down. Now then, will we see Mr. Pointy's pushing power? Is Mr. Pointy going to be able to push Mother Loader into the pin?
Well, if it comes down to a pushing fight, you have to say Mother Loader with those tracks and that better grip. Surely they have the better drive. But Mr. Pointy is driving all around Mother Loader. Mother Loader's struggling on this arena floor.
Yeah, trying to just catch Mr. Pointy. Mr. Pointy's just too nippy. And then now the wedge is underneath Mother Loader. Is this going to be the kill shot? The axe coming in backwards. That's a good improvisation from Mother Loader.
And the pushing match had begun there, but they disengaged from that. Mr. Pointy now almost flipping him up, kind of going for a grab almost there.
Yeah, I think that it's definitely got some power on that flip. And he's got up underneath Mother Loader. But now the flipper is hanging off. Oh my goodness!
Mr. Pointy's falling apart, losing the wheel, and now the flipper. It is purely down as a ramming machine.
And then comes the axe of Mother Loader. Could you maybe use it as a lasso? The bit that's hanging off.
And the problem now with Mr. Pointy is that they're quite back heavy. That scoop is going underneath, but now they've lifted Mother Loader up.
Managed to get underneath Mother Loader. Mother Loader does seem to be having drive trouble. This is by no means a gimme.
And it's going to go to the judges as we have 5 seconds left.
And an effective push at the end from Mr. Pointy. That was a very close fight in the battle here. Stand by. Who is going to win from the Soria Cleve?
2, 1, begin.
So Ray to me is probably going to get the quickest start, but Reptile Dysfunction actually coming out pretty quick and then putting the brakes on because Ray got around the side of him.
Now we did see in Reptile Dysfunction's first fight with Tower May that if a robot can get around the side of it, it is vulnerable to being pushed from that direction. So is that what Ray's going to be looking to do here?
But Ray currently going head on with that spinner, and it's got a good shield on it. It's got a good protective weapon there that will counteract the spinner, as we say, and that's what's happening. It is still lifting up into the air. So Ray now re-evaluating his strategy.
Yeah, it's got to be careful. There's too many of those hits, and Ray's going to be in trouble. But yeah, it's definitely the more maneuverable of the two, definitely the faster of the two. But there is that spinner on the front of Reptile Dysfunction.
We're looking at Reptile Dysfunction there, brilliantly, somehow accidentally avoiding the driving impacts of Ray. Ray's now up on the side, Reptile Dysfunction getting flipped over, so that was fantastic stuff by Ray.
I'm going in again, because this is going to actually tell this time. We shall see.
And you can see that Reptile Dysfunction, the way they've curved round, Ray is fantastically getting into that curvature, and that's really supporting their driving power.
Yeah, I think Reptile Dysfunction, I love the shape of it, but its shape just and now it's been flipped over. That looks like a tap out from Reptile Dysfunction. That's going to be it. And antithesis here, bundle of the axes / grabbers. Let's see, can Percussive Maintenance stay the right way up this time? They struggled in their last fight because they got flipped over. Antithesis we didn't really see much of. Have they killed the drive issues? Down comes that grabber. Is it able to pierce? Because if it can get a telling grip on the drive of the axe of Percussive Maintenance, that could be the weapon out.
I don't think it's going to pierce, but it's definitely going to be a good tackle there, which is great points for the judges' decisions.
Yeah, so they are allowed to hold on to Percussive Maintenance for 20 seconds with the weapon. If you're hitting them against the wall, it can only be 10 seconds. But that axe on Percussive Maintenance doesn't seem to be firing. Maybe it has done. Oh, no, there it is. It's back. And now trying to lift up Antithesis by the gravel weapon. It is struggling.
Which is going to be an interesting match now because there is 2 danger zones in each zone.
Comes Antithesis! That was almost won by their own driving. That was
bloodshot in the blue.
3, 2,
1. Again.
There we go, both spinning up as you would expect. And the first contact doesn't really come to much, but I see a couple of spots. Bloodshot gets some air miles in. But I see a couple of spots. Bloodshot gets some air miles The wheels, that left wheel, Bloodshot is absolutely munched.
And now we're straight up into the arena ceiling and straight back down, getting ever closer, and you can hear the whirring of the spinners, so be careful when they hit that floor. That's going to be loud.
Yeah, well, they've hit the ceiling, well, certainly Bloodshot has. They do seem to be kind of stuck against each other, and both robots lost drive. I wonder what happens then, because it seems to be pretty simultaneous. Bloodshot is going to make a spin to prove some ability as Gizmo gone. Alright, so, can either of these robots move? That is the important question. Bloodshot is moving, kinda. And there's Gizmo's himself and whatever was trapped. This could be bad news for Bloodshot, because it's being pushed around now by Gizmo. The spinner on Bloodshot is out of the arena. Pushed around now by Gizmo. The spinner on 2, 1. It's begin, isn't it? Alright, Daddy's put up and immediately Bob catches some air miles. He's probably going to be able to bring that hammer down.
And Bad Daddy taking them over to the Outer Zone. Their plan here, I think, is to take them into the Outer Zone and win it that way.
A good smack with the hammer of Bob, though. Bob onto the top of Bad Daddy. You can see there's a bit dislodged of the armor on the top of Bad Daddy. Now he's been knocked over. Suddenly has this fight swung in Bob's favour.
So now we're seeing Bad Daddy struggling to maneuver that as the spinner is up to full force. Bob is now getting over to the mid zone. All he needs to do is get away. The button has to be it.
This could be it. Is Bad Daddy about to go down in the pit? I think he is. Oh, but he's escaping. It's a very dramatic one. Somebody played the Great Escape theme. Bob's just now waiting and saying, come on, come out and get me.
But this is scary now for Bob because they're going to have to go in and get Bad Daddy. It's a standoff. No one wants to go into that.
Well, it's Bob has got the whole arena to move around and to prove that they can move. Bad Daddy's been counted out because they're stuck moving and now teetering on the edge of oblivion.
So as their spinner there, they knocked him away from the wall. That's what stops the count from the referee.
Come on!
Some kind of croquet shot with the hammer. Oh my God. Put Bad Daddy in the pit. This is so tense.
And they're right on the edge. There's 40 seconds left, so still a lot can happen.
Come on!
Bad Daddy going to get out of this jam. Gets some air miles and rights itself. That's the last thing Butler wants here, but still coming in now with that hammer.
So Bob now really in the danger zone. They're getting that backfire again.
Well, it's great. You can hear this on the stream who the favourite in the room is. Over the pit by Bad Daddy, but survives.
So still getting those air miles. 15 seconds left. So Bob goes once again up into the air. Bad Daddy making up for lost time.
Yeah, because remember, Bad Daddy spent a long time in this fight. Grabber straight in, trying to stop Paradigm Spin from spinning up, pushing it against the arena wall and getting it converted. That's important, I feel, if we're going to beat this spinning robot.
And Paradigm did shoot there, accidentally jumping over Abracadabra as Abracadabra goes flying underneath. Abracadabra though, there goes the shield, just been fired off from that spinning disc of Paradigm Spin.
But it's not deterred at all, still going in on the attack. It's going to have to try and attack Paradigm Spin some way, but every time you go into attack Paradigm Spin, you're at risk of hurting yourself.
So more and more of that shield from Abracadabra being taken off. Once again, another piece there. Abracadabra, there's going to be nothing left. Paradigm Spin. Flying in. Abracadabra there, very hopeful for a moment, but Paradigm Spin back under control.
That's what I think Abracadabra's got to hope for here. Try and get Paradigm Spin to bounce around. Play it almost like a golf shot.
You know, 4 and a hole in 1, but now we have a little bit of quiet here as a minute remains. Something's going on there in the corner, we can't quite see, but Paradigm Spin being a little bit stuck. Now once again spinning out of control. Abracadabra slowly nudging over to the pit area.
I mean, kudos to Abracadabra here, just not letting up, despite the amount of damage that the spinner has done to it. It's coming in for attacks again and again.
Come on, Abracadabra.
Going. Is it struggling?
Come on.
The spinner may be disabled in some way.
I think we're now seeing from Abracadabra just a shift.
And there it is, spinning up. You can hear it. It's ominous. What does Head for the Exit do? It's got a fork kind of jammed into Bonkers' mouth there.
Somehow Head for the Exit winning this pushing battle despite the fact that it's
but it's been immediately chucked up and the Dutch flag has come off. I don't think that's going to hinder its ability to be a robot. But you know, its national pride is lost. But now Head for the Exit giving Bonkers a push into the side and down comes that saw.
Sword action I think we're seeing here. This is quite aggressive, but head for the exit, finally getting into the battle.
The thing is, gotta keep that spinner of bunkers out of reach. And there we go, we see head for the exit, up onto his back, and now up against the arena wall. Is it going to be pinned there? Can it get out? As bunkers just struck the killing blow, I think it may well have done. Yeah, Greg puts his transmitter down, that's it. It's all gone. Alright, this is going to be almost like a martial arts fight here. This is all going to be about the driving, all about the skill of the respective roboteers.
And immediately, Agro Wobber there, getting the grip on, Stronghold getting the grip on Agro Wobber. Agro Wobber flailing the axe, but was unable to do anything. So far a good start there from Stronghold.
A big push down from Stronghold to get Agro Wobber into the side, and he's pinning it in there, being counted up by the referee. As we wait for them to detach.
And they go to the full 10 there, they really run the clock down on that pin.
Yeah, so they're allowed to do that. It's not necessarily exciting to watch, but they are fully allowed to, and it does count in their favour, being able to pin your opponent in against the wall.
So far, Agro Wobber are the ones running away from Stronghold. Stronghold looks to be the aggressor.
Yeah, the pin has come into play now, though, and Agro Wobber is stranded the other side of it.
But fantastic control, they managed to get out, but Stronghold was there ready to grapple them. Can they grapple them into the pit? I'm not sure they're going to have time because of the countdown.
Yeah, they're pinning them in against the wall, but Agro Wobber is they're in. That's okay. And Delta V, red corner and blue corner respectively.
Delta V in the blue, Icebreaker in the red.
Oh, come on.
Spinning up. This could be a big bang when these spinners collide.
So currently locking horns, the scoop of Icebreaker versus the Bulls. Now up they go.
The sparks flying. Delta V is on its back. That's where it doesn't want to be with a huge spinner like Icebreaker's in the vicinity. It managed to right itself.
And interlock, they are grinding away at each other's protective layers. This is going to be a fantastic position.
Delta V's into the back of Icebreaker. Can they get something that they could not? Icebreaker manages to escape. And then now Delta V is back on its back again. That's their advantage against Delta V.
Delta V currently struggling, they're not on their correct orientation, those forks are obviously upside down, and now Icebreaker the opportunity to go to work. Delta V though grinding away on the arena floor.
Trying to get themselves right and use the power and the weapon to maybe flip themselves back out, but Icebreaker is wasting no time making the most of it. Now Icebreaker gets flipped up.
And Delta V is now defensive. A lot of shrapnel going up at Delta V though.
That's one of Delta V's wheels has come off there. I don't know how much grit it's going to get from that now.
And we're seeing Delta V really rumbling there. The wheel is completely out of shape, so that's going to damage their traction, but they are still...
Dylan, go open the pit. Open the pit, Dylan.
Hitting Icebreaker into the arena wall, so despite that damaged wheel, Delta V has a lot of power.
And there's only 30 seconds left, so not much longer now for either robot to make an impact in this fight. But it looks like Delta V is really stuck in that corner.
Oh, this is cut off. Delta V there, ripped off by Icebreaker's spinner. I think it's one of the forks. Now Icebreaker coming in on it.
There we go.
Delta V has taken a beat.
Dylan, go open the pit.
Fights on.
And we can see that the second leg of Delta V is exposed. All Icebreaker needs to do is touch.
Coming in on it.
There we go.
Delta V has taken a beat.
Dylan, go open the pit.
It's going to get to shreds. Icebreaker is breaking up Delta.
Notice there's new wheels on Stratus. Stratus is the first one to take to the air as well. Is an improvement. Is an improvement. I think I was going to say just on that because an improvement is.
So the fight is activated and Ray immediately across the arena. Wow, it was difficult there. They couldn't get their spinner up and activated.
Yeah, that is definitely the game plan in the start fight with the spinner. Stop them spinning up because, especially when Whale is entirely spinner. If there's no spinner, there's no robot, really. But we can see Ray definitely racking up the steps. If there's no spinner, there's no robot. As it goes bouncing around the arena. I love those little headlights on the front wire. They give it a sort of ominous alien look.
And I'm just looking at Ray. Ray looks to be twisted. The whole chassis of the robot looks to be twisted as wires sizing up another hit, but the countdown has begun. And I'm just looking at Ray. Ray looks to be twisted. The whole
Yeah, Wales suddenly staring off and then going into that nose of Ray, but Ray puts a big red on here. It's a twisted corpse here. I don't think it's moving.
Well, the Dutch didn't come for a countdown, they came for destruction.
Yeah, absolutely. This is devastating from Wyo. We got Gizmo. This is going to be ferocious. Here comes Gizmo straight away, shaving something off the wheels of Wheelie Big Lad, but can he get any purchase with that spinner on anything other than the wheels? That's what will tell.
I think the difference here between Wheelie Big Lad and Stravinsky and Stratus, sorry, is that Stratus is a continuous weapon, whereas Wheelie Big Lad needs a lot of
That counts! Even though half the robot...
continuous weapon, whereas Wheelie Big Lad needs a lot
is still in the arena, the other half is out. This could go boom.
And the fight has begun, and both spinners getting up to speed. Bad Daddy up to the already, over to the outer zone. Not quite going in just yet. Both spinners getting up to speed.
Propane has been quietly efficient. Taken off the wall there by Bad Daddy. It was stuck there by the forks. The forks are gone. They were, I think, an addition before the start of the fight. Not that that would have done much good. Bad Daddy upside down, trying to maybe get itself off the wall to rise itself.
Well, we've seen this a lot from the drum spinners, the egg beaters. Once they get uprighted, they struggle. But now Bad Daddy back to the ball, that's the way it wants to be, but still going up in the air.
Yeah, absolutely going vertical because of the power of that spinner on Propane. I think since Propane lost his forks, it's maybe become a bit more effective because he can actually get that spinner's forks. It's maybe become a bit into range with Bad Daddy. Now it comes to the pin. That's another factor.
I was going to say, Fox was very good at stopping him, but now Bad Daddy, so close to the edge there, Bad Daddy not letting him escape, but they managed to do so. Now into danger.
Away into the corner. Propane hits the ceiling. This is enormous hits from both robots here.
I say out of danger from the pit, but not out of danger from Bad Daddy. As we get ever closer to the outer zone, is that the end of Propane? They're not moving the arms, they're still in this fight.
Propane started the fight so strongly, but Bad Daddy has really come back something else in this last 30 seconds or so. Propane spinner seems to be struggling to stay going. Is that going to be a huge factor? Bad Daddy now going underneath Propane, trying to push it towards the pit. Is that going to work? No, Propane moves.
So Bad Daddy, look at the control, they're pirouetting around each other. Neither letting go. They're dancing. And Bad Daddy's being flung around. I thought for a second Propane was going to pull Bad Daddy into the pit. But so
I thought this was fighting robots, not the WWE. That was amazing.
8.
as we're now in a 5-second countdown. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Because the question will be, did Propane hit? We've just been told by our arena marshal there was 0.2 seconds left.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go, Stratus spinning up, so Lancerfrog coming in from the side. The sign's already gone.
And Stratus getting close to the outer zone.
But already, that's a watchman for October. Oh! And there's the shield. The laser has gone. The night is exposed. Oh, this is terrible. And I think that might be it.
So Lancerfrog has now been stuck on his ball.
And Stratus has made short work of the frog.
And the fight has begun. And again,
Neither of them advancing. They're spinning up. Oh, Gizmo's got behind Digestive. That's dangerous. Something's come off that. It's one of the forks has gone already.
And we're seeing a bit of gyro action from Digestive. That is where it's pivoting up into the ring, and the wheel has been knocked
I
off.
think that might be game over for Digestive. Wow.
Again.
All right, he does the quickest out of the box, pinning Mr. Pointy against the arena wall, bringing down that spinner. The eye is gone. He's now Mr. Winky. So, there we go. Eva is trying to get pushing around on Mr. Pointy.
But that was brutal from Eva. They pinned down Mr. Pointy up against the side, span up the axe before it came down, and then brought it down with aggression. The poor little eye's been flung across the arena. Mr. Pointy now trying to get back to the fight, but the forks of Eva are getting up to the top.
Hopefully Mr. Pointy doesn't need the depth perception. As over comes the axe again while he's pinned in the corner. Mr. Pointy, he's got his work cut out here, but we've seen him come back from worse.
Here we go.
And the arena, the pit is now in play. That might play difference for Mr. Pointy, because that's been his saving grace.
Yeah, I think Mr. Pointy used to deploy the sling, going into the pit, saying, "Come on, come and get me."
Big game!
Is that pause? Oh no, so the initial rush of Impulse didn't connect. Wire was able to spin up, and now Impulse is pinned up against the wall by its own wedge. Rush, Impulse. I think that's it. I think Impulse is being counted down here. Wire takes the win. There we go, right, so the initial exchanges, so let's see. Oh, Jackhammer's managed to get his forks underneath Stronghold. That's the kind of thing you look for, I think, as a driver. You want to see where you can get those little advantages in the control game.
And I think Stronghold is stuck under those forks of Jackhammer, so that was really good. What has happened to...
I think it might be stuck under its own forks here. I think Jackhammer's forks have pushed Stronghold's forks underneath itself, so now it seems to be doing a kind of sort of elaborate ballet, but now it's now back on its flat wheels again.
So now back under its control, the hip button has been pushed already. And Strongholder using his arms there, but it's not moving much. Or is that just Jackhammer really controlling this fight?
Yeah, we've seen Jackhammer in his fight so far. The preferred strategy from it is to pin its opponent up against the wall, but now it's getting some of its own because Stronghold is doing the same thing right back.
And they are pinching right down, but the countdown for the pin has begun. They are entangling themselves into each other, but it is Stronghold up against the arena wall, just narrowly avoiding the pin there. Jackhammer on the reverse.
Yeah, trying to detach itself from Stronghold, because remember, if you're the one who's doing the pinning, you're the one who has to disengage. Obviously if your opponent can escape, that's great, but you don't really want them to, because that doesn't give a good look to the
These
judges.
robots are almost holding hands the way they're interlocking with each other. It's actually quite sweet.
Yeah, it's a romantic little breezy walk.
But now Jackhammer
Bristol quayside.
getting closer to escorting Stronghold to the pit. They're dancing around it. I think it's working in Stronghold's favour to be near that pit.
Yeah, it's interesting. They seem very, very well matched in terms of their drive power. There have been instances where Jackhammer's gotten underneath and been able to push Stronghold, but also the reverse has happened.
And once again, those forks.
Trapped on the fork again, and very nearly giving Jackhammer the opportunity to push it into the pit. We've only got 10 seconds left of this.
But Jackhammer is on the perfect lineup to push him into the pit. It's not quite. I think it's going to go to the judge's decision.
And indeed it does.
So the fight is underway, and already the spinners, Bad Daddy taking a bit of difficulty now on the arena floor, and now they've locked horns.
Bonkers has been flipped over, it's horrible now. Bad Daddy smells blood, but doesn't manage even to get in before Bonkers can right himself.
Come on, Bonkers.
They're not quite able to make telling contact yet, and suddenly Bad Daddy's up on top of Bonkers.
Now it's Bonkers' turn to do a bit of damage and turn that favour, but Bad Daddy stay on top. They keep butting, they go head to head like two stacks rutting.
Bad Daddy's winning the ground clearance battle here. That could be the telling factor. Those little flaps on the front of Bonkers aren't as well as those on the front of Bad Daddy.
So Big Bonkers is really relying on that spinner to flip him back over. As it does so, and there's a bit of material coming off of Bad Daddy there. So Bonkers has done some damage.
Definitely. Well, as we've seen in previous fights, all it takes is one hit.
And we're down into the 1 minute, the final minute. And Bonkers once again being turned over and now getting caught on that pit floor.
Yeah, I think Bonkers is going to need a big hit here. I think because Bad Daddy has had a lot of smaller telling hits, he's been pushing Bonkers back, flipping it over. But the pit is... you might not be able to see it on the screen, but when you're here in person, the pit is enormous. It really just... It feels like it feels the arena.
And there's the big hit that you were talking about. Bonkers stuck up against the wall. They're rocking, but
I think this could be it.
upside down.
Bad Daddy looks bruised, but I think is going to be making it through to the quarterfinals. And there we go. Yeah, Luchador again. The moment Begin was called Luchador straight in there.
But we are seeing the mini ball of African Gravia actually making an appearance and sticking, and then the return of African Gravia, so they're both lifting each other up in this fight.
Yeah, this is Like, we were worried about how these robots would be.
It's nice because not every fight has to have a spinner in it.
Vicious hit by Luchador there, throwing the mini-bot.
I think that constitutes a simple, actually, doesn't it? Yes, it is. Here comes the pit. The pit is going down. And that one's
So close!
And that mini-bot there was hampering Luchador, so Luchador couldn't do much to really submit submit his opponents into the pit. But everyone, let's count it down in 3, 2,
1! Action!
all right, they're both spinning up. Stratus just going straight over the top of White. I think that was some kind of weapon. Something hanging off of Stratus.
Well, those sparks, I think the twisting of the wheel brought the body of Stratus down into the floor. And that's what spark was, the floor effect hitting the floor.
Stratus, there's bits hanging off of it all over the place.
Never before have I seen Stratus' wheel so disintegrated, and it's only been 30 seconds of the fight.
Wire keeps coming in slow and purposefully methodical. Another big hit, another collision. I can't even tell that was one from weapon.
So what we're seeing there is when Wire hits the side of the wheel, that's when they grab it. And the pit button.
All the lights are going! It's toast! Stratus is going to win!
No!
Wire's gone! The lights are off! I think Wire's lost power! Stratus is into the semi-finals! Wow! All right, both of them spinning up. Who's going to get first? Gizmo getting into the knee icebreaker, bouncing it around. I think that's ice broken. Gizmo is into the semi-final.
So prepare for a battle of aggression with grapples, shunts and pins. That is what we're going to be seeing. And already we're seeing Jackhammer kind of stuck on the pit floor.
Yeah, Luchador has been like really tenacious throughout. This is the last non-spinner in the competition. And that scorpion tail holding up against the spinner on the end of Jackhammer's arm. And Jackhammer, can Jackhammer right himself? There we go, even very quick out of the box, trying to stop Bad Daddy from spinning up and succeeding. He's got one of the forks wedged up underneath that egg beater of Bad Daddy, bringing down his outer weapon, but now the spinner spins up.
Bad Daddy trying to break away to get the spinner up to speed, Eva taking a moment, but the forks, as you mentioned, those forks are really making it difficult for Bad Daddy to get anywhere near Eva. And as I say that, we're now seeing some damage being done.
Yeah, as Bad Daddy manages to get around the side and behind Eva, that's where you want to hit because those forks will get in the way. Getting away to the wall, running it back to himself. Weapon spinning up, that new blade on Stratus. Is that going to change what it does? Still punting Gizmo, hitting the wall of the arena, landing on the pit. It's still upside down. Is this an advantage for Stratus now, you think?
You have to say so, but now Gizmo back on the right way, all four wheels, and is going straight for the wheels of Stratus, which is definitely the right strategy from what we've seen earlier today.
I can't see, is the weapon of Gizmo going? I can't tell, because obviously when they're spinning so fast, they look motionless.
There is a potential for the gyro, but look at Stratus, that new gyro, that's giving it all types of difficulty.
We don't want it to suffer the same fate as Really Big Loud, or maybe we do. Are you supporting Gizmo? Are you supporting Stratus? I don't know.
It didn't touch.
Remember, the robot has to touch the bottom of the pit to be out. Stratus is so big, it's quite difficult for it to fit in the pit.
As it takes it over there, trying desperately.
And then we go again, another big contact between the two weapons. Stratus going
and the fight has begun, and immediately there, Luchador Luchador dancing to the right. They didn't want to charge straight in there, but Eva now under control.
There we go. Now, is Luchador going to be able to pull off the move that they've been doing all day, getting underneath Eva and grabbing up, lifting them up? We haven't really seen any other robot in the lineup do this. But Eva dominating the early stages and spinning up that overhead saw.
But I don't think that saw made as much contact as I was hoping for. There wasn't as much impact, and Luchador getting away relatively unscathed. But Eva, once again, getting their forks underneath. Luchador really struggling to grapple in this fight.
Yeah, and that's obviously a big part of Luchador's game plan is to try and grapple, try and get hold of the opponent. But if the opponent is out-driving you, that can be very difficult. And Luchador's pinned up against the wall here.
I was going to say, potentially, they'll start to get with it. And Luchador with the lift.
Picking up Eva. Is he going to get it out? It's
Come on!
Could get up in the pin.
So Luchador throwing Eva away because they just needed to from the countdown. But now Luchador got their back up against the pin.
Right, for the last time today, these two robots. No, these two robots.
Right, count down with me. I'll use my fingers to help. 3, 2, 1, begin!
Alright, Stratus spinning up. How is Eva going to handle that monstrous weapon?
And Eva already being flipped over, but that doesn't happen, that robot. And Stratus now flying up into the air with Eva.
Yeah, this is interesting because Eva is still quite a low ground clearance. Oh, but maybe taking some damage here. There's something hanging off the side of Eva.
And you see,
wheel come off, I think.
Stratus now back with his old weapon, that bigger axe that got bent earlier on in the competition. And is that Eva stuck on his back?
Eva is stuck on the forks. Oh. Yeah, this is the problem here because Stratus being so far out of reach for Eva. There's not a lot Eva can really do to Stratus. It's not got a damaging weapon really. That spinner has been not especially reliable. But it's now beached up against the Utah wall.
And as the pit has been activated, Stratus so close to getting it out there. Is that Eva being immobilized? The countdown has begun.
Eva's going to have to get off there. There we go. Stratus takes the bronze medal. That is split.
So everyone join me for the countdown in 3, 2, 1, begin!
Alright then, Gizmo spinning up. How's Luchador going to stand up to that weapon?
Well, immediately getting flipped over a little bit, but not a big incident for Luchador. A little bit of sparks being flying. Luchador coming in with a flip. Gizmo needs to get on the offensive.
The overhead suplex move, which we've seen Luchador employ all day, it always seems like the robot is uniquely built to do that.
And so far, Gizmo's weapon is only grinding and bouncing off of Luchador. Luchador's got to be careful though, that arena wall. I saw their forks getting really close and almost getting stuck.
Yeah, this is almost like Luchador is not going to be able to win this fight without taking some punches. You have. But there we go, it's moves like that, flipping over Gizmo into the wall.
And that was such a little light flip from Luchador, but they let Gizmo take himself out. The crowd on the chair felt mental. Tension, I see the live stream move so quick. Also, that's a phenomenal performance from Bristol. Can we also have a huge sound of appreciation for Gizmo? Because you don't get